Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got a B-Class Fixed Series race here for week 8 of Season 2 2022 here at Darlington Raceway, going out for qualifying. At a somewhat decent field, we are car number 17 out of 25. I'm going to try to take advantage of what seems to be a little bit stronger field and hopefully get a halfway decent finish, both to show you guys as well as help my iRacing continue going in the right direction. I'm just going to see what I can do in qualifying. Try to get the top half of the field, I'll be happy with that. Not a real good run there through 3 and 4 to start this first lap, so I'm guessing the second lap will probably be faster. Darlington's definitely a tough track to race, and I feel like this is probably one of the hardest stock cars I've run here. Run this, ARCA, and I believe C-Class trucks, and then street stocks in a league, but it's a whole different thing. So first lap's not real good, just trying to get off of the corner, try to carry as much momentum down the front stretch as I can. Not a real good job there, but we'll see where it puts us.
13th place.
Not real good to start. And this second lap's not going to count since I just brushed the wall, but we're going to stay out to finish it just to try to keep practicing, try to learn. Biggest thing for me is not going to be to overdrive 3 and 4 in the race and shred the right front tire, as well as just working the throttle off the corners and not spinning, keeping the momentum up, as well as not losing it off the corner. So second lap was slower anyways, but not a real good run. We'll deal with it. Jump out of the car as qualifying is going to be done.
B13.
Did manage to qualify 13th, not very quick, about 4/10 off. I really feel like I probably had a 10th, but it would have made a massive difference. You would have been somewhere like 9th or so. So I am running basically default. Told the 165 is default, and just move the steering offset from +10 to +5. So gonna get everybody's paints refreshed. Hope that I can try to get something decent. We're qualified ahead of where we should be, so let's see, make sure all these load up. Alright, looks like they are. Let's get back on us and get graded in. Looks like there is a few people that didn't qualify that'll probably be quicker, and then some people that in theory I should be faster than. Let's see if that actually happens. 45 laps. Most of the ones I've been running have actually been fairly clean with just a caution or two, so we'll see if it stays that way. I didn't feel great about my tire saving before, but hopefully I can try to manage 3 and 4 a little bit better. That's the end I feel worse on. I'm sure I'm doing it in 1 and 2 as well, but I feel a little bit worse in 3 and 4, so just going to see what I can do. And pace-wise, I'm probably 1/10.5 to 2/10 off the fast people, but again, I lose even more on the back end of the run. I think they just save tires a little bit better, so I got to try to figure out how to be a little bit more efficient throughout the run and keep it up. But just going to try to do what I can. Starting in the middle of the pack's not completely ideal. We're going to be in the middle of whatever could happen, but just going to try to sort it out, work our way through the opening few laps of the race till everybody kind of gets single file and spread out, and then really get back into what's classic Darlington, where you're racing the track and not racing everybody else. So see what we can do. Off the line, fuel unchecked, get some heat into the brakes and the tires. Yeah, I mean, honestly, 13th or better I'll be happy with. Would love to get inside the top 10 if I can, and obviously just, you know, if I can do 17 or better, then that'll be good enough. So
yeah,
see what I can do.
I might as well just stay back here.
Got a couple strong drivers in this. I mean, like I said, it feels like a pretty decent strength of field. I've run a couple more late model races and managed to get the iRacing up to, I think I'm just over 2,600 now, which is,
I can't believe how much downforce.
not the highest I've been, but
compared to these.
yeah,
Yeah, these are a lot better.
just have to see what I can do and keep trying to improve a little bit. So, gonna get ready to go green here. Wait to see when the leader jumps off. Biggest thing is going to be easing onto the throttle out of both 2 and 4 to make sure I don't spin the tires, as well as
Oh wow.
don't lose it. Take it easy here through 1 and 2. Got the 19 losing it. He stays slow. Thank you to him for doing that. Leave 1 spot there. Just gonna make sure I'm not a victim of anything. 25 looks like he's wanting to push pretty hard to start. Thing is for me to get slowed down enough into 3 and 4. Not use too much wheel deflection through the corner. 12 has a bit of an issue off of 4. Watch him coming back up track.
1 car inside.
To his outside, see if I can try to get around him through turn 2.
They're on the inside.
Lifts on the inside, thank you to him. It's really tough to do side by side off of turn 2. So we're getting single file a little bit quicker than I anticipated, but not a big deal. Lost a little bit of time in 13, but we're up to 11th, so I will take that for right now.
The car in front has just done a 0.47.
I said want to try to keep pace, but also want to try to do the best that I can to save tires. The better I can keep the rears underneath me, the more drive I'll have off later on in the race if we go green the whole way. I feel like I'm entering a little bit lower than everybody, so may have to adjust my line. Feeling like I learned a little bit compared to where I started this week in practice, but still not real good.
0.53.
It's really trying to work the throttle through 1 and 2. Not stomping it too hard off the corner. We got a nice gap back to 25. I think he was kind of holding people up. 12 looks like he's working back by him after his little wiggle off of 4 down the front stretch. A little bit too much wheel through 3 and 4 that time. Looks like 13 might have gotten the wall out of 4. Darlington stripes certainly easy to get here. A little bit loose there off of turn 2. I'm finding, in my opinion, these are the most fun I've had running anything at Darlington. So definitely, definitely a challenge for me. Definitely very enjoyable, especially as the tires start to wear. We're only 5 laps in and we got 40 to go. Quite a bit of a way to go. But I've actually been surprised with, for a fixed series, how clean this week has been. A little bit better run that time. 12's definitely catching us. Like I said, I'm trying to take it a little bit easier, run a little bit slower up front to hopefully run a lot faster later on. Kind of the same idea as ARCA. Assuming the 12 knows how to run faster while not burning up tires than me. Side by side up ahead. Looks like everybody keeps it under control. Just kind of watch ahead for anybody getting in the wall that's going to end up off the pace or any kind of spins or anything. Kind of like the 8 getting into the wall there. Looks like the 7's also in the wall as well. He'll be slow down the front stretch. Got some left side or right side damage to the 7. See where he's at. Try to work by him. He gets back around the 8 on the outside. That's going to jumble all of us up and allow the 12 to close back up. Just kind of got to sit here and figure out what's going to be the best place to go to get around everybody. 13's going to look to the inside of the 8. Kind of slides up, slows down big time in the center of the corner. I think he got a little too tight. Might have driven in a bit hard. Washed up. Just gonna have to kind of see where everybody's running, where they're strong and weak, and then try to figure out how I can attack that, get around them a little loose there off of turn 2. Still got a decent gap back to the 15 if the 12 does happen to get by us. Leaders have pulled away quite a bit. I feel like I'm not driving too crazy aggressive. A little loose off the corners as the tires start to wear, but like I said, top 10's really my main focus for this. I don't think unless we have a bunch of wrecks up front, I don't think I'm going to have any shot at much more than an 8th or 9th place finish. So I pull back away from the 12 a little bit. He gets into the wall there in the middle of 3 and 4. It's going to give me a little bit of a gap. 7, 8, and 13 have kind of gotten it sorted out, started pulling away a little bit from me, but like I said, I really feel like I'm kind of driving this thing like 90%. Just really trying to work it through. A little loose there off of turn 2. Like I might have closed in just ever so slightly on the 13. Trying to watch for any of the front 3 to get into the wall there in the middle of 3 and 4. But we're clicking off green flag laps here at Darlington. A lot of fun. If you haven't tried this week, I would highly recommend it. It's certainly tough to master going fast, but it's some of the most fun I've had in a while, honestly. It's really a lot of fun. It's a good combination of everything. And if I had a setup that I felt comfortable with, I would try the open race to get the longer lengths, but for right now the fix is a lot of fun. 8 up into the wall again, 13 checks up for him. 7's pulling away because of that. Really going to have to try to find my way around these 2 at some point. It's going to allow the 12 to close back in as well. Really feel like I have the pace to be a little bit quicker than these 2. Without shredding the tires, I just got to figure out a way to get around them. 20 laps left in the race, but the longer I wait, if I do save tires, it's going to be too hard to catch up to anybody up front. 7 big loose there in 2. I get a little loose in the middle of 1 and 2 as well. Had to wait to pick up the throttle so I didn't get the outside wall off of 2. Cost me a little bit of time to 13. Really feel like I'm probably a little bit slower through 3 and 4, but like I said, I'm really trying to save the right front. Have a little bit more tire later on in the run if we go green all the way. 15 is going to try to look to the inside of the 12 going into 1. He clears him no problem. To watch and see how quickly he catches us. Loose there off a turn 2, a little bit of a slide. So I've got some big issues back there with the, I believe that was the 6. Closing back up on the 13 though. 13 and the 8. 7 is just pulled away from these 2.
0.42.
Just trying to watch these 2 and figure out where I can time a run to get by him. 13 gets a little loose off of turn 2. Try to get to his inside through 3 if I can. See if I can get the run off of turn 4. Get him down the front stretch. Look at the momentum down the front stretch on the outside. Side by side into 1's certainly going to be tough. Feel bad for getting into him there. Sorry about that, 13. I don't know, that wasn't the way I wanted to get around him, but I felt like I had to start manufacturing something.
Is increasing. It's now 0.06.
8 gets into the wall. Middle of 3 and 4 should allow us to close back up. 15's a lot quicker, he's catching up. Gaps at about a half a second. You can see how much lap times fall off here with the tire wear, and we're only 17 and a half laps into the race. I mean, I feel like I could probably push it a little bit harder, but it's still quite a bit of fall off. Catching the 8, 15's catching us. I get into the wall there, that's going to slow me down big time. It was my first mistake on my own. Obviously I made the mistake with the 13, but I get my Darlington stripe. Gotta try to minimize that. Thankfully not too bad of a shot. It was more square than anything. Team's trying to look to the high side out of 4. We got a big gap between the 15 and the 13, so if he does manage to get by, not going to lose too many spots. I feel like 10th place is probably where I should be. I should be able to get by the 8, but I would expect the 15 to get by me before the end of the race if we stay green. He's thinking about looking to the inside. We'll see what he does off of 4. 8 with a little bit of a wiggle off of 4. 7's gone. He's catching the 20 up ahead. Trying to keep it from getting into the wall. Definitely can feel the rear tires going away. It's a lot tougher to put the power down now. 15's done a great job of saving tires behind. Or he's just pushing really hard and we'll catch him later on if we stay green. He's definitely faster. I don't want to quite let him by yet. Keep him pretty consistent with the 8. I get loose there off of turn 2. It's going to give the 15 momentum down the front or back stretch. What was the old front stretch. Just trying to get the car back under control. Over rotating there in the middle of 3 and 4, able to save it. 8 gets into the wall off of 4. I catch him at probably the worst spot. It's going to be better to just let him go and stay behind. See if he makes another mistake. Time a little bit of a better run here. He gets into the wall, backstretch. Just looking for him to slow down quite a bit more. Trying to get to his inside here through 3 and 4. He gets into the wall. Able to stay off of him. It's going to put us up to 9th. Slow car coming up. Looks like 13 had another problem. He's on pit road.
Distance. You're looking good for fuel. That lap was a
23 down, 22 to go. Feel quite so much pressure with the 15 behind now because we got a pretty decent gap to the 8. I think he was just kind of biding the time to get by the 8, so I'm going to stay by, let him go. Just proving how much faster he was. No real reason to fight him and potentially get wrecked. Put us back to 10th, but hey, that's right where I wanted to run. It's kind of in my own little bubble right now. Quite fast enough to catch anybody ahead, but a little bit quicker than people behind. 1.1 to the 8 right now. We'll check it at the line and see how that gap is progressing as the race goes on. To contend with the 14 is the left down and blinking. See how we can time getting around him. Wow, I get way too loose off of turn 4. Able to save it. Well, that gap to the 8's gone. Just gotta collect the car back up, take it easy a lap, let the tires cool back down, be a little bit kinder off the corners on the throttle. Gap is closed up quite a bit. Oh, I'm catching up to 14 big time. Able to clear him. 15, a little bit of a problem. Looks like he might have gotten the wall, shot him down the track, probably got loose like I did. 8's only 0.4 of a second back now, thanks to my incredibly stupid lap before. Tires don't feel great, but they feel better where they were, so let's see if I can start pulling away from the 8 now. Again, really trying to let the car roll through the center of 3 and 4 and not stress the right front more than I need to, as well as kind of take it easy on exit again. Looks like we might be half a tenth to a tenth a lap quicker right now. Well, I gotta keep it out of the wall. Thankfully the 8 does the same thing. He suffered a little bit worse fate than I did, so able to pull away slightly from him even though I lost time myself.
P10, the gap ahead is now 0.78.
Pushed up a little too high there, 3 and 4 for what I wanted to do, but not bad. 9 gets by the 8, he's 1.1 back, and we're 1.8 back at the 15. Let's see what we can do. Getting a good long green flag run though. Be starting lap 30 next time by, so almost 2/3 of the way into the race.
The gap behind is now 0.07.
Obviously, without question, if we get a caution at any point in time, we will all be taking tires, I'm sure.
What's your steering?
Losing a tenth of both the 15 up ahead as well as the 9 behind.
Whoever usually caught up.
Caught the apron just a little bit there off of turn 2, gets me a little bit loose. Lost a lot of time to the 15, and the 9 closed up 10th. So it's looking like a top 10 is going to be really tough. I overdrove the entry to 3 there. Got a little loose from the center of the 3 off. It's going to cost me even more time. 15 I think might have had the same issue because that gap stayed pretty consistent, but the 9 closed up.
0.48.
Only good thing is the 9's broken away a little bit from the 6, so if the 9 gets by, at that point it's just 1 spot lost instead of multiple, but if the 6 and the 10 get to me, then there could be more spots than just 1. Just trying to find what I can in terms of extra pace. Got to keep it from getting too loose there off of turn 4. Not really concerned with the 15 up front. Really trying to do the best I can to keep it in 10th if I can. But the 9's definitely catching me, and that's going to be a good finish between the two of us. Just trying to work the throttle a little bit better off of 4. That's where I'm going to find any time. Every lap that I can keep the gap consistent with the 9. It'll be that much tougher for him to catch me and get by. Got smoke up ahead. Looks like it's clear. One car sitting down low. He tows, so there's going to be no caution. Not sure if that was a lead lap car or not. We'll find out when we come across the line. Looks like it was the 21. Gap still staying consistent with the 9. 15's pulling away by about a 10th. Really bad 2 there. It's going to cost me all sorts of time to the 9. It's an absolutely terrible 1 and 2 for me. Just got to work the throttle as smooth as I can. 11 to go. I'm to show what I'm made of if I can sustain pressure and not crack. This is going to be all about it. Maybe we'll get lucky and the 9 will make some sort of mistake as well. Give me a little bit of a breather, but this is what racers live for. Moments of pressure. Fighting for 10th place. Really trying to do what I can to not over-rotate it, really feel the right sides going away, so it's a lot tougher to maintain the power. 9 slips up a little bit out of turn 2. It's going to allow me to build just a little bit of a gap. I'm sure he'll cool the tires back down and mount another charge, or I'll make a mistake. Effectively able to double the gap that lap, so it's a good thing. 15's catching the 20 and the 7. To watch for any kind of contact up there. Really hoping at this point the race just stays green. Got a nice enough gap that I could pretty much finish 11th without too major of an issue, whereas if we get a caution everybody pits, I'm terrible on the short run, so could lose more spots off a restart. 9's able to close up 10th that lap. 8 to go. little bit lower there, out of turn 2 than I wanted. A little loose, we got one car spinning on the bottom, that was the 25, and the caution does come out. We almost got the whole race without a caution.
Car number 15.
That's gonna suck.
I
Well,
wanted to fight for that too, but I didn't
time to
want
figure out how to run qualifying laps the rest of the race, because that's what I'm gonna have to do. Without a doubt, everybody's coming in for 4 tires. Catch back up to the rest of the field. Work our way to pit road. Like I said, there's no way anybody stays out with how much tires fell off.
What's your speed limit in the pits? Box in 1570 feet.
I think you're only going to see the lap cars will be the ones will be out. We almost made it the whole race without a caution. I mean, still a really good run, but really wanted
5,
to try to hold off the
4,
9 and
3.
keep a 10th place run going.
Box now.
I think I'm just going to get the service and get out, not worry about the 25 seconds of optional. It's harder for me to just try to stay out. 15's able to get ahead of us. Looks like we'll probably sort back out 10th place again. 11 got by the 9. 6 is behind the 9, so like I said, likely should be 10th, I believe. I don't think we would have moved up a spot at all. I don't notice anybody who's not already ahead of us. I'll be getting a restart with probably just 3 to go, 2 to go. So it'll be like a green-white checker effectively, and we'll have 1 green-white checker attempt if we need it. Hopefully we don't. And 2 to go this time. So we'll be getting the restart with 3 to go. And we are still 10th. 69, 67 for the 7. 70, 72, so that's a little bit better off. It's Darlington. It kills tires. You can see the left rear was somewhat low, so that's how Darlington is. That's why it was getting tougher to put the power down as the run went. But it's gonna be tough. I don't know what the 11 has. Honestly, I didn't really see him or paid much attention to him. So I don't know. I guess outside line might be slightly better. I know I've been a little more comfortable on the bottom through the corners, but outside line technically has the momentum off the corner. Just going to try to make the best I can. I would have rather had the 15 be in front. I think it's faster than the 20. I think the 7 and the 15 will get better restarts than the 20 will. So
you did take 2.
Going to try to do the best I can to get a decent restart. See if I can try to just at a minimum maintain this 10th place and see if I can work my way towards the front at all. I said lap 42 will be restarting in 43, so we'll have 3 to go, assuming we don't get a green-white checker. Any caution comes out before the white flag, and we will be getting a green-white checker. 7's got quite a bit of right side damage. I do as well, I'm sure, but hopefully it's not quite that bad. A little bit of heat in the brakes and the tires. Try to get the car ready to go. See if maybe I can try to squeak out top 10 here in the last few laps. Certainly going to be a breathtaking finish for me. Again, get time to check the nerves, try to work through them. Give it my best shot possible. Back in second gear, get ready for the restart. A little bit of an earlier start than I figured it would be, but that's fine.
We're racing.
Got the 11 to our inside. 9's directly behind us.
Coming up low side.
Just run side by side here through 1 and 2. 11 with a good run. Try to tuck it behind him. Let's get a little loose in front of us. 6 is going to go to the low side. Got to stay high for him.
He's still there.
We're going the wrong direction. Hopefully we can try to get a little better run off of 4. Slot in front of him. Not the best restart, but 2 to go. Maybe somebody up front will make a mistake. Try to take advantage that way. Nothing else, just hold on to 11th. Finish ahead of where we started. Really pushed it there through 3 and 4, able to keep it off the wall. White flag this time by, so caution comes out. We are done. Hopefully we're not the caution if it happens.
White flag, 1 more to go. 148.
Oh, we got 1 car up the wall. It's coming down. 18's coming down. I get turned, trying to work my way through it. Gonna lose a lot of spots. A lot of people are able to get through that without momentum. People are fanning everywhere. Unfortunately, 0x is not gonna happen in this race. We're going all the way to the back. I don't know. I don't know if I could have checked up enough to stay out. 18 just slid in the worst spot possible.
Keep it together, hold your line.
And somehow he still finished ahead of us, so we end up finishing 12th, it looks like.
We're done.
So lost 1 spot out of that.
One hell of a last lap there. I got crazy.
Hated losing the 0x race, but
I don't think anybody's going to say anything because you kind of shit the bed at the end there. But your
Not much
first
I
lap
could do.
there on that restart was pretty well done. That was a pretty good effort. I was
let's go watch that replay. That was that was pretty nuts.
You got a copy?
That was, I don't know what I could have done differently there. So we're gonna see the looks like netcode up ahead. All right, let's jump forward to see what happened there. So you got the 7 and the 18 running side by side for, I believe, 6th and 7th.
Fun race.
Yeah, I think that was netcode, honestly. I mean, the 7 came up the track.
I think you have a little too much faith in me.
He got into
go
the
side by
left
side in
front
turn
corner
one.
of
That was
the
fun.
5 there. And then, yeah, that was a really bad case of netcode to send the 18 up into the wall. Really, really bad case of netcode there. Then that slowed the 18 up, which he gets into the 5. So you can see 5 couldn't do anything to stay off of him. That sent the 18 spinning, which sent the 18 spinning back down the track in the middle of 1 and 2. He's going to collect the 15. He's going to send the 15 up the track. And let's focus. Let's see if he gets into the wall. Yeah, he gets loose. And I don't know if the 5 actually contacted him or not, but he got loose there. Take a look at the 18. As he's sliding, 20 makes contact with him. That's going to send him into the 20, or in the 11, which sends the 11 kind of into me in the 6. Let's see what happened from the 6's perspective. Because the 6 is running behind. He sees it going low. He goes to the high side. I was kind of stuck at that point. Like, I didn't really have anywhere to go. And unfortunately, when the 18 made contact with the 11 and shot him back up, the 6 didn't really have anywhere to go. He kind of makes contact with my right side door and sends me down in, slide, and I tried to do the best I could to save it. Probably did need to downshift to 3rd, but that's when everybody else came flying in that was able to check up a little bit more, so let's jump back ahead to me and see. I don't know, maybe I could have been on the brakes a little bit more. So let's see, I see the wreck happening. Coming in. I was on the brakes here. I was thinking it was going to go back down and we were going to be good. And so then I started picking up the throttle again. And that's when he made contact with the 18. So if I would have stayed on the brakes, I probably could have cut down here. But then the problem is, if you see where this ends up being, the 6 is getting into this no matter what. There's no way the 6 is avoiding that. So the issue is going to be the whole track's basically going to be clogged up. I would have had to have been way underneath it and cut way down here to avoid it. I don't know. It's a little bit of me not reacting quite as well as I probably should have, but that's a lot of just a really bad racing deal at the worst time possible. And then, of course, we see all these people going flying by. So, yeah, it was a 12th place finish. So, Lost out on 2 spots off the restart, but I've never been good on restarts in the short run, and we still technically finished ahead of where we were supposed to be. So let's take a look at the results. Hopefully those were a little bit better. Not much you could do. 2-split race, 32.75 top strength of field, and then a 9.68. Wow, what a massive difference in strength of fields. Holy cow, what a big difference. Just that one caution, able to gain 0.03 on the safety rating. Probably would have been a little bit better if we wouldn't have had that contact right at the end, but not much I could do. At least able to pick up 30 in iRating, so just over 26.30 now. Let's see. How many people all had incident points? There's going to be quite a few around. Pretty much everybody in the front, and just a couple sporadic outside of that did not have any. It was about almost 3/10 off. Looks like a 30.131 was your fast lap. I can't really go off the average because we didn't, we had the caution that brought everybody up closer. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I obviously would have loved for the caution not to come out. I think it would have been a really good battle for 10th between the 9 and I, and at worst, I probably would have finished 11th. Instead, we had that and just not a good restart, and then a bit of a tough break there, going through 1 and 2 on that last lap. Puts me back up a spot, so still not a terrible finish, though. Finished 1 spot ahead of where I was supposed to, so I guess I will take that. And yeah, it was a lot of fun no matter what. Darlington's definitely been a lot of fun. I think this is probably the most fun car I've been here. Obviously, I haven't been in the next gen car, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. So feel free to leave your analysis about that last wreck there, if you would have done anything different or what you would have done in that. Feel free to leave any driving comments you got as well. Still really new to the Xfinity cars and not very good, so trying to learn a ton. Feel like I've got an even bigger gap to close up than compared to, like, let's say the ARCA or any of the short track cars. So still a lot of fun trying to get you guys as good as stuff as I can. And hopefully you enjoyed that one. And until the next one, I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.